Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am super pumped to do this video. I've been really excited. Basically as soon as I decided I wanted to do it, typical me, so impatient, I just wanted to get going with it. So I'm going to be doing a mini kind of transformation of my bedroom. So this room's not bad. I mean, it's cute. My whole kind of like vision of it when we were like picking it out is that I wanted it nice and bright and kind of grey, and now that we're living with it, I'm not in love with it. Don't get me wrong, there's literally nothing wrong with this room. It is a really nice room. I'm not going to be changing a lot, but I think it's going to look quite different. So I'm just finding it's a little bit washed out, it's a little bit pale. I'm not in love with it. So we should probably start with doing kind of like a mini room tour. Pretty self-explanatory. Obviously we have the bed here. This is from May.com. Absolutely love this bed. And I love the kind of like really soft grey. One of the issues though is I've been like really struggling to find light greys that match up with this grey because it's such a warm tone. So obviously we're going to be keeping the bed. We have these sort of like long grey curtains. Those are from HomeSense, and I believe they're originally DKNY. Bedside tables are IKEA. We changed out the handles for chrome ones, potentially gonna change those back. The bedside lamps also from IKEA, and I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like them. Me and Steve couldn't decide on lamps for so long that basically it was just like a look, let's just get these because they're the only thing that we could agree on. The photos above the bed are all photos of like us and Rocky. I like the idea, but they just look a bit odd and they look a bit lost in the room. So we're going to change those out for something. There is a console table at the end of our bed here, which is also IKEA. Shock. So obviously we have our TV above it, and we have a few different things on here. So I'm probably going to do a bit of an upcycle on that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with this room. It is a nice room. I'm just finding it a bit kind of blah and not that homely. So I originally saw this photo and I just absolutely fell in love with it, with the really, really dark feature wall. So that is what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to be painting that back wall a really dark colour, which I'm going to talk you through what I've gone for in a second. But I just thought it looked really nice. Having the lighter colour headboard kind of offset it a bit, and having the white bedside tables would just stand out a little bit more against that dark colour rather than being lost against this kind of like 50 Shades of Grey vibe we're going for at the moment. On the other side of the room, which is opposite the bed where the console table is, but we're going to be painting the console table out darker, just giving it a more kind of, I don't know, like a distinguished vibe. And I feel like the console table at the moment gets lost on that wall of light grey. The console table isn't even white, which really bothers me. It's like a creamy colour. But I feel like having it dark is going to kind of balance out the dark of the wall, which is opposite. So yeah, we're going to try and balance out all the colours. The rest of the walls are going to remain this really, really light grey. But I just thought that would just look a lot more kind of sophisticated and modern. And then we're going to be adding some little accessories to it to make it look a little bit better. Wall art and accessories kind of wise, I saw these prints and I absolutely love them. And I actually have 2 square frames which are coming out of my lounge. I don't want to give too much of that away because that is also going through a transformation at the moment, which will be up on my channel next month sometime. But I have 2 of these square frames from my lounge which are just left over now, and I saw these and just thought these would be perfect. So I'm going to try and actually create this myself and do a bit of a DIY and have more of a kind of big statement art on that wall back there. And then also, you guys will remember I made some of these kind of moon hanging, I don't know what you would call them, kind of like hanging wall art that I'm probably going to use in here as well. And then I also have this, let me go grab it. So I got sent this from a company called Mapiful. So this has been gifted, just so you guys know. And oh, I am literally obsessed. I need to get a frame for this actually, I don't have one. I thought this would tie in perfectly. I mean, you can't really see it properly at the moment because it's kind of still rolled up. But Mapiful is a really, really cool company that basically you can customize your own kind of like meaningful posters. So they have kind of like maps, zodiac signs, star maps, which is what this one is, and you can pinpoint a particular location. So for example, on this one, we had the copy at the bottom customized to say our first home, the date that we moved in, and it has the coordinates of our house. And this is a star map of what the stars were like on that specific date in that location. So it is so meaningful and personal, obviously really special to us because this is the first house that we moved into together. But they make really awesome gifts as well. Obviously if someone gets engaged, you can use it for that. Birthdays, like if someone's having a kid, literally anything. They make really lovely gifts or just amazing artwork to have throughout the house, and you can just personalize them so much. So they have kind of like 3 different styles. Like this is a star map, they have a normal map one, and then they also have a zodiac sign one as well. But when you go in, it's really easy to use, and you just like type in your kind of like information and like location, things like that. But you can completely customize the design as well. You can choose your colors. We obviously went for this really dark one because it's going to look really nice with that wall. So we might put it on the other side of the room. But yeah, so happy with this. I'm not sure what kind of frame I want to use yet. So I'm gonna have a bit of a think about that. But really, really chuffed with that, honestly. Would recommend going and checking them out. Okay, and that's pretty much everything. Steve's got a meeting in a bit, so he's gonna help me move like loads of the furniture now, and I'm just gonna crack on. I decided not to wait until the weekend because I'm really impatient, so I'm gonna do it today by myself, a strong, independent woman. But yeah, we're just gonna move all of this furniture out of the way or out of the room. And then I'm going to talk you through like the paint and stuff that I got as well, because I am so excited, and there is actually a sample on the wall behind one of these photo frames. All of the furniture has been moved, console tables out, bedside tables. We moved this bed, which was, it's so heavy. I mean, you probably would have seen, we had to like flip the mattress off to be able to like move it. It weighed a frigging ton. But yeah, it's all done. I'm super sweaty because it's really warm today, so I've cracked all the windows open. But yeah, let's talk through supplies. So obviously I've hoovered all behind the bed because it was so dusty, and like the skirting board and everything, obviously because you can't really get down there. So cleaned all of that, which is really important because I've got some frog tape which I'm going to use to tape off the edges. I usually tend to just freehand around like plug sockets, and I do actually normally freehand along the ceiling as well, but because it's such a dark colour, I'm a bit scared to do that. So I think I'm going to frog tape literally all the way around. Yeah, and that is by far my favourite, because if you guys saw when I painted the wall in my bathroom, in like my downstairs toilet, I just used normal masking tape and it bled through so bad. So I'd recommend just splashing out and getting the proper painter's masking tape. What else have we got here? We have, okay, so this is what I'm going to be painting the console table with. So lucky that actually they've opened up all the B&Qs now that we could actually go and get this stuff. But this is the Good Home, which is B&Q's own brand, the Velvety Smooth Self-Priming Furniture Paint in Flat Matte Liberty, which is black. So we're going to give that a go. I was obviously taken in because it said self-priming, and this tin's 500 millilitres, and I think it was only like £10, around that. I'll try and link stuff down below, but their own brand, it really isn't expensive. I also have this, which is just eggshell interior wood and metal paint in pure brilliant white. I personally do not like gloss. Annoyingly, all the skirting boards in our house are all gloss, but the doors are matte, which like that really bugs me. But yeah, so this is I didn't even talk about that. So this is our wardrobe, and just so you know, we live in a new build. We moved in like nearly 2 years ago now, and we were allowed one fitted wardrobe, like just included for free. Anyone who lives in a new build will probably get this, but when you have to choose literally all of the fittings for your entire house, it's extremely overwhelming. So I feel like with this, there were so many things that we probably wouldn't have made the same choices now, mainly the tiles in the bathrooms, stuff like that, but this is one of them. So we've got the surround of the wardrobe in this really light grey, and like I said, it's like 50 shades of grey in here already. We have like the grey of the bed, the curtains are a different grey, the bedding's a different grey, it doesn't even match the colour of the walls. So I'm just going to paint the frame, the thick kind of wood frame of the wardrobe, white, and I think it will just stand out so much better against like the dark wall and the light grey of the walls as well. I picked up another one of these, just like a nice clean one with a roller. These are really cheap. These are, what brand are these? I think they're like Dial or something. I've got no idea, but anyway, another thing I picked up is an extender pole. So I've never used an extender pole with this before, and I feel like this is going to be life-changing. I don't know, I've not tried it before. So I'm pretty sure to get all of these was like £5 or something, which isn't too bad. We got another paintbrush to do the edging. Always put down sheets. I know these look horrendous because I've obviously used them. These are really, really old, cheap bed sheets that we didn't need anymore. We weren't going to use, they were just spares. So I've kept them to be able to use them as paint sheets because firstly, it's a lot more cost effective than buying disposable plastic painting sheets to protect your carpet, and also way better for the environment as well. You're not wasting loads of plastic. So yeah, little tip, always keep your old or like grubby bed sheets, towels, anything like that, because they do come in handy. And then for the main event, it's that dark wall. I went for this paint. So this was actually gifted by the little Greene company, and I went for lamp black. And there's a number of reasons I wanted to use this paint. So first of all, I shopped around so much for the perfect, really nice dark grey, and I was finding that so many paints actually had a really blue undertone, which is just not what we wanted at all. And I obviously found this colour, fell in love. They had so many like nice professional kind of like imagery as well. So I felt like I could just really visualize what it was going to look like. And also they have free sample cards, so you can they'll send you like a paint sample card for absolutely free, and the colours on them are really spot on. So that's why I haven't been painting loads of different samples on the wall like I usually do, because it honestly does my head in. So I just ordered one of these free colour cards, and then I could like move it around the room, really compare different kind of shades in the same colour range, things like that, to be able to make sure that I was getting the exact colour that I wanted. So their whole brand is basically just about providing like the best quality paint with the smallest environmental footprint. They contain sustainable vegetable oils, and they're actually made in Britain as well, and even the tins are made from 50% recycled steel, and then you can recycle them again. But yeah, I haven't even shown you the colour. Let me show you the sample. Right, I hope you'll be able to see it. Are you ready for the colour reveal? Bam! Yeah, I absolutely love it. I mean, like I said, I didn't order, I didn't order an actual paint sample. I literally went off of the colour card and just prayed and hoped that it was going to be a good match. And the match is like exact. So if you get the paint colour card, it's going to be pretty spot on. So this is a sample I painted last night, because I literally got the paint yesterday, opened it up, painted a sample, and was really, really nervous it wasn't going to be exactly what I wanted, and it's absolutely perfect. So it's like a really, really deep charcoal grey, and it's nearly black. Obviously it's called lamp black. It's not a true black, but it's like not too far off, but the thought was just, I just thought it would look so good with this bed. Yeah, and then having like a couple of black bits on the opposite side of the room to offset it, and then having the bedside tables down here in that same white colour to really stand out against this colour. In my head it looks really good, but at the same time I'm still really nervous. I am trying to branch out a lot more in my kind of interior design choices, and if you guys have seen the panelled wall I did in my lounge, I was so nervous about that, and for me that it was such a bold thing to do, but having done that we absolutely love it, and we've had so many compliments about it that it's made me just kind of try and trust my instincts a little bit more and not second guess it when it comes to making bold choices. So hopefully if there's anyone watching this who feels the same, and if you do like the way this turns out, hopefully it'll inspire you guys to do kind of bolder choices in your home as well. But I am absolutely pumped. So right now I'm just gonna prep the wall, I'm gonna masking tape it all off, and yeah, do the first coat of paint, and then obviously when that's drying I'm gonna be going downstairs and cracking on with the console table. So like I said before guys, this isn't like a lot of work to transform the room, but I think it's gonna look completely different. So I'm excited. Right guys, first coat done. There is literally no turning back now. I'm a sweaty mess after that. Right, I thought I'd just give you like a little bit of a breakdown of the paint. Also, for people who always say, I can't believe you wear that when you paint, you never get paint on yourself, I have in fact got paint on my light blue leggings. But anyway, I thought I'd just really quickly go through like the paint and stuff. Firstly, that extendable pole for the roller, life-changing. It was so much quicker. However, I would say don't go for the cheapest one because it was a bit like bendy and flimsy. So would recommend getting an extendable pole, but I'd go mid-range, you know, get something a little, don't go for the basic bitch one like I did. Right, anyway, let's talk about the paint. It's going on like an absolute dream, and you guys know that I'd be honest with you about this. So when I painted the edging, it was going on a bit funny and I was like, oh, the paint's a bit weird. I think the paintbrush wasn't quite dry, so that's why the edging looks a bit splodgy. But when I was doing the main rollering, it's going on so nice and like thick. It's like a really like creamy consistency and it's covering so well. I normally think that when you jump like colour palettes so dramatically, realistically I kind of like normally have to do like 2 or 3 coats, and even on the first coat, obviously it is still wet, that's why it's shiny, it's covered it so well. There's just a couple of little patches, so obviously I'm going to do a second coat to make sure it's all completely even, but If it was a smaller wall, I probably just would have gone in a bit thicker and just done one coat, to be completely honest. It's really, really thick. The finish on this is, I think it's called the Intelligent Emulsion. Oh, I think Steve might be coming down. Steve?
Yeah, I am.
Come take a look at this.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, you like it?
I like the colour, for sure.
It looks so good with the bed, doesn't it? Like the lighter bed against it.
Yeah.
Hello. Come here. Yeah, do you think it makes the room look a bit bigger?
It does, yeah. I thought that when you did the darker wall on the downstairs toilet as well.
Yeah.
It makes
It's
it look
really
bigger.
weird. It's like, I always thought painting a room dark would make it look smaller. That's what you're always kind of like, not brought up thinking, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it makes the ceilings look a little bit higher. I think if we were to paint the whole room this colour, it would look really dark and small, but just having the one wall.
Yeah, it'd look like a little cave, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hey, a little cave for sleepies. Oh, here's your daily dose of Rocky. He's been sleeping on our bedding in the hallway.
Has he?
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go downstairs, grab a drink, rehydrate because I'm sweating buckets, and prep the console table for a paint session. So this is actually meant to be the front, and you're meant to put, this was originally glass so you could see through and put stuff in it. It was just a bit fussy for me, so I've actually flipped it round. So I'm gonna keep it that way. But I'm thinking of actually removing this bottom bit. I don't know, I think I would just prefer it if it didn't have it. So I'm gonna try and remove it, which I think I can do, which means less painting, less effort, and I think I would just prefer it anyway. And then this top has, what's it called, like mirror contact paper on it, because I wanted this kind of like mirror effect. It's really bobbly, but I think I can flip it over, and I'm just gonna paint it black on the other side. So I'm gonna basically take this out. Okay, right, I went a little bit radio silence on you there, guys, because I just wanted to get it done. It's very hot today, I'm extremely sweaty, I'm quite tired now, and yet again I've taken on doing a room transformation by myself, and I'm shocked that it's hard work. Anyway, I'm just gonna, we're like end of day one, like the whole room is done apart from all the finishing touches which are gonna make it. So yeah, I just thought I'd run you through what's in the room, what's changed, thoughts on stuff. So obviously the wall is painted and it's dry. I am in love. It looks a little bit green on camera and I have no idea why, but it's like the perfect dark, like charcoaly grey. I am in love, so happy with the paint. So I did 2 coats in the end and that was plenty. We've obviously moved the bed back. I'm gonna have to, I've got so many options of like bedspreads and stuff. So this weekend, I'm gonna finish off like furnishing this room with like nice bits which are gonna tie it together. The bedside tables are in, console table is in. This wardrobe surround is painted, it's drying at the moment, so that's why the doors aren't fully shut. I was so tired, I was kind of oohing and ahhing whether to paint it or not, and I'm so glad it did because it just provides a lot more contrast. So that is it for me today, and I'm going to check back in with you guys this weekend when I get round to doing all my DIY decor bits to complete the room. But yeah, keep watching, it's coming. Right guys, morning, it is day 2 of the bedroom transformation, so yeah, let's finish this room off and get some actual like decor in here. So on my to-do list today, I've got a list, obviously. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my Mapiful poster, which is my star map. I need to sort out the kind of like any bedspreads, pillows, what I'm gonna be doing with that because I still don't know. I need to do a little DIY on my ceiling light, which I'll talk you guys through in a minute. Put the frames above the beds, and I've got a couple of wall hangings and then like storage baskets. So yesterday I told you guys that I was gonna, I'm basically taking these frames, they're just IKEA frames, out of my lounge because I've got some cool exciting art to go in there which I think will just look so much better for that room. And I was gonna use these frames, and I told you yesterday I was gonna do the kind of, I like his beard, I like her butt. I still do like that, but last night I took these frames down and I just rested them on top of the headboard, and I actually really like the photos inside them. So these are photos that I took from our trip to Italy last year. So this was in Florence, and then I also have this one, which is, there's Steve there, a photo of Steve, that's in Florence as well. And then I have another one of me in a vineyard, which was just down the road from like the villa we were staying in. So I've always said this, but that's one thing I love is using photos for art is really cool. Just put them out in black and white, and you can get them printed literally anywhere. And for pretty cheap as well. Having your own photos printed is a lot cheaper than buying artwork. So I have those, and I put them up on the headboard last night, and I think I actually really like the black and white photos. So I think I'm gonna keep the photos in there, kind of live with it for a little bit, and then if I do decide I want to do those butt and beard prints, then I can change them out at a later date. So it means that my frames are all good. I just need to put them on the wall. And then let me take this light down. Okay, this is incredibly dusty, so I need to give this a wash first. But, so this has been up, and this is just a cheapy glass light shade from IKEA. I think this is like £15. And I do love this kind of round orby shape, but when it's up, like the light flex is white, you can kind of see the light bulb inside, it's all a bit white and plasticky, and it just doesn't look like a nice kind of chic light shade. I don't want to replace the light fitting, I can't be bothered, I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I have looked and I can't really find anything that I fell in love with, but I did see this one light on Amazon. To be fair, the light itself was only 20 quid, but I loved that it had this like two-tone where it was like the black and then the glass. So I thought, rather than buying the light, another light, and then having to either get an electrician, which I can't do right now, or change it myself, let's work with what I've got. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a DIY on this using the same paint that I used for the glass on top of my console table, because that took so nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna paint this two-tone. That's a little DIY I'm gonna do now, and then we'll finish the rest of the room. really chuffed with this. I hope you guys like it. Rocky's going to sleep already. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I just wanted to do it to kind of show that you can drastically, well, I feel like it's drastically changed. Would you say that, Steve?
Yeah, definitely.
Like drastically change your room without having to replace all of your furniture. In the end, we didn't end up buying any new bedding, Steve. You'll be happy to know. So save money there, and like all the little decor bits as well, stuff that we already had, just styled them up a little bit differently. So yeah, very much kind of trying to do it on a budget. And yeah, anything I can link down below, I will link it. And obviously if you guys have any questions, let me know. Lounge transformation is on its way. It'll be up on my channel beginning of June. Yeah, May. It's May now. Okay, I don't even know what month it is. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upcoming video. And until next time, I will see you guys later.